And then ask you, आजकल जो design courses है, they are like around 30 to 40 lakhs. So it's a hefty amount to pay. So do you think paying a hefty amount for a degree or diploma to start a jewelry brand makes sense, or is there any other smart way to go about it?
I'm going to get into serious stuff before saying this is because I've worked with kids
Yeah.
from some of India's best colleges,
Right.
and their course books are redundant, they're obsolete. They are teaching kids to be little pegs, and there's no original design, no original thought. So I think the real education will come when you go and learn with a karigar, because the kind of stuff that you can learn from a karigar, nobody can teach you that kind of detailing, that kind of stuff. Having said that, you also have few digital tools which you can use to up your game.
Yeah.
So like I remember I learned Rhino, and I think Rhino Matrix is still very, very prevalent. You have 3D cams, you have jewelry cams. So these are some good online courses to do,
Okay.
where these are online software tools which helps you detail it out, and they're interesting because it's technical, but it's like graphic design. It's graphic design for jewelry, and then the jewelry can be created or printed. This is the best time to start something in jewelry because everything is easily available. And you have props, you have tools, you have molds, you have everything which is easily available.
Right.
Back in the day, and again back in the days 12 years ago, every time that I wanted something, I had to call it from US. And I remember when I was trying my hand at being a jewelry designer, I was trying lost wax technique. I would never find it in India. But now everything is easily available. But I still feel that go and train under a karigar. Like what they teach you, nobody beats that. And I'm waiting to come across a college who actually puts these karigars in front, because at the end of the day, the kind of learnings that you get from them, you cannot get from your course books. And that is the utter reality of jewelry. Also, back in the day, we used to have interns. We used to have interns from NIFT. And these kids would come to us for their summer programs, where at the end of the program, they used to do a 6-month-long internship with us.
Okay.
And at the end of the program, they had to create a collection which we would help them create. And then they had to go and present it to the jury. Now, obviously, they've come to Nimai. They cannot play with obvious mediums. So I had kids who were experimenting with resin or ceramics, and they were, creating jewelry with ceramics, calling it, something special. And they would go to the jury members and present the most thought-driven, mindful pieces of collection, and the collections would get ripped apart. And they would come back and say, ki, oh, isme to phool patti nahi hai, isme ye kaun pehnega, and all of that. And every time I would hear these stories, I was like, oh, you know what? I have to make Nimai into a stronger platform where I can encourage more young kids to dream. And in fact, back in the day, we used to get a lot of these stories like this, where when Nimai was growing from 7 to 150 jewelry designers, knowingly and unknowingly, we were also disrupting the jewelry industry. Suddenly, we were creating a new category, which was the branded category, which was a designer category, where people could say, oh, you're wearing this jewelry from this brand and this jewelry from this brand.
Thank you for watching my clips. If you want more clips like this, please follow my channel, BS Miss India Clips.